Hello. Sorry. Sorry if I scared you. It's me. Also, hello, Onyx Toy Monkey. Sorry, I don't know why I questioned your name, but um, hello and welcome to the stream. I am setting up stuff. I'm still setting up, so give me a split sec while I frantically figure things out per usual. Also, I'm just gonna put it on the other screen. I always do this. Hello. um, I have to like post things, so give me a sec. Cause I'm slow as heck with this. Oops.
Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Come on, let's get a move on.
The Leo music is so pretty. Okay. Yay. Alright. So, today, I'm gonna try my little best. Ooh, the bunny. Yeah, I'm a bunny. This is Psychedelic Bun. It's me. I'm the bun. But yeah, I'm a bunny. VTuber, I guess? I don't know what I am anymore. I will eventually have a human form, but that's not today. One of these days I'll have a human form. It's just not today.
Can we take a sneak?
Ooh, cool. Well, say.
Can we?
Yeah, I'm just here. I exist as a person, and I'm doing this. I'm just streaming Genshin. I don't know what I am right now. Yeah, I'm a little blob baby right now, so that's understandable. I'm a tiny little squishmallow child. But yeah, I'm gonna try again to like stream this because I tried last week and Wi-Fi said fuck you. I could be a frog for all I know. You know, we could all just be a bean. You would never know. We could all just be like a little bean, all tiny beans. Wi-Fi sucks. Wi-Fi is awful, especially if it's Cox. Cox, like, Wi-Fi is awful. Like, I've been hearing so many horror stories about Cox Wi-Fi over the past few months. It's been, ugh. I wish we had more options for Wi-Fi, but we don't, because why would we? I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, I'm looking for Kazuha Story Quest. Which one is that one? It is... Yeah, this one. Oops, this one. I haven't started this yet. Alright. But yeah, I'm gonna do Story Quest and Archon Quest eventually. Because I'm late to the game. Once again. I'm back at it again, being late as hell to like playing quests that came out like 2 months ago. But it's what it's at this point, so I do not care. So what part am I at? I have done the majority of... I've done all of the Sumeru stuff. So, like, the Sumeru stuff I've done up until Scaramouche. Like, the Scaramouche stuff is what I'm doing today. So that's what I know I'm doing. Like, I'm going to be doing Scaramouche's part in the Archon Quest. Not the boss fight. Like, the stuff after that. Bro, I'm still at Imasuma. It's the mood. But yeah, no, it's also this team is not my team that I want right now. I forgot I never switched back from my level up team. This is my friendship team, kind of, sort of. One of these is not. This one's leveled up already. But yeah, no, it's all good to be in Inazuma still. Inazuma has a lot of shit going on. I can't blame you. There's a lot going on in there. Not to mention Inazuma's story quest for me personally was very long and like kind of boring at times, which was a letdown because I really was excited for a new region and it's kind of disappointing in some cases. But some people loved it. Not me though. It was pretty okay. What kind of team do I want? I have no idea. Kokomi? Coconut gun?
Take
Yeah.
heart. Victory will be
Yeah, you're on
ours.
Genshin right now doing the quest. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. It takes a while. But once you like finish it, it's great, honestly. Like there's certain parts that are like really really good and very enjoyable. But it's a journey. It takes a while to get through. I don't know what kind of team I'm building. We're going to go with the
What shall we do?
I got Shinha the other day, and I kind of want to keep Shinha on my team, but I also don't want to bring Cryo today.
Evil shall be dispersed.
This is my questionable team.
Ready to do my utmost.
Very questionable. It's the whatever I decide on quest group. But yeah, I gotta do Kazuha story quest because I am late to the game.
Let's move out.
I'm also like unsure of what this storyline is about because I haven't like done this one yet. Is this the right place? Yeah, nice. Alright.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma.
Has it?
So many things have happened since then.
Alright. As if in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey.
It's really funny because, like,
Where should we go today?
thinking about this, it's really funny because I was supposed to do this like months ago. And like in hindsight, it's really funny that they're like, it's been so long since we've been in Inazuma, and I'm just like, my guy, it's been like well over 6 months since like Sumeru came out. I'm way behind on this. There's a lot of other stuff I haven't done. I'll do this one day. Wait a moment.
Huh?
Somebody
What's
here.
up?
Also, that looks like a 5-star weapon, my guy. Like, what is that? Be careful. Also, I wonder if that's the weapon we get from this. I think it may be.
What the heck was that for?
Sangami. He didn't even try to attack me.
Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Surrender!
Is he Electro?
Through me, justice is served.
Terrible.
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all?
Nope. If I don't type in chat, I'm most likely still here. I'm just playing as well. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the stream as well. I'm just gonna be talking about some nonsense probably.
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
He's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
Yeah, we know that guy.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
Did this man just look at us and be like, ah, she has a sword. It must be Kazuha. I'm like, it's like, ah, blonde and a sword. Kazuha. Why are you looking for my guy?
That's none of your business.
I kind of want to know now.
Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm
Wow.
wasting my time.
Rude. Goodbye, good sir.
What the heck is this guy's problem?
Lol.
Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
I feel like he's like listening in on this conversation. Couldn't agree more.
Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back.
Where's Kazuha at? Actually, I have a hunch.
Oh?
Is he...
What kind of hunch?
I was about to say something real fucked up. Moving on. I think this guy may have a special connection to Kazuha.
A special connection?
What does that mean?
You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Also, I was thinking in my head, I was like... it's like he's probably by his dead friend's grave. I don't know why that was just like the morbid thought in my brain. Like, it's like, yeah, he's probably by his friend's grave. Can't say for sure, but I feel like their fighting styles are kind of similar to who? To Kazuha?
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that
It's
doesn't really
fair.
prove anything.
I agree.
Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Yo, do I get to see Beta for this too? That'd be really cool. Let's see. Also, I have to go back to Rito again. God, this feels like it's been like a long time. God, it's only been like 8 or more months probably since like everything happened in Inazuma. Good lord. Anyway. I should probably have Kazuha on my team, but I don't. This doesn't look like the Crux fleet to me. Yeah, this definitely isn't. His name is Chow.
Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
2, you say?
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but
Oh
I
yeah.
don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
That sounds like Kazuha.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did.
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Oh yeah.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
Yes. Yes, it is. You could compare it to the technique Beto used to strike down Hai-san. I love the fact that they're referencing this, and I don't think they've ever, like, shown this or talked about this really in the game. I only found out about this recently as well. Like, the fact that Beto got her vision when she killed, like, a gigantic sea monster with her bare hands and a sword, apparently. And I'm just sitting here, like, without a vision, apparently. And I'm just like, that's insane. Like, she just did that. Like, why does she need a vision?
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved.
I don't think this is
He
a
was
good thing,
called
my
away
guy.
earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I
Kudosara?
thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
The Shogunate probably wants to show some goodwill. After all, the Raiden Shogun's mindset has changed.
Thank
True.
you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right.
Also, I may be
I'll just stay
confusing
here
my
and carry on
commissions
trying
because
to
I don't
fend off
remember
the
which one's
crowd.
which one. Ooh. The Tenryo Commission. Is the Tenryo Commission the one that's run by Ayato? Or is that the other one that starts with a T? I know there's 2 that start with a T, and one of them has to do with Kutosara, and then the other one... Wait, did I go the wrong way? Oh, so this is Kutosara's one. Okay. I was right in my thoughts. So the Tenryo Commission is in relation to Kutosara. I got very confused. I never understood this when I was doing the Archon Quest for Inazuma. Also, yeah, there's gonna be some there's probably gonna be a lot of spoilers in this if you care about that. Also, the music in here. I also never come in here. I just realized.
Oh? It's you.
Hello, Kazuha. Long time no see.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy.
Though.
Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that,
Oh.
I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years.
I just realized who this man was. I forgot. So he's like the current leader of the Tenryo Commission after all the shady shit that happened with the Tenryo Commission and Kutosara and the gang. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's so much shit I have to remember for this. There's so much I have to remember. None of which I will remember. Now, you don't care about spoilers. That's fair. Some people do. I usually do, but also, like, I've been spoiled about a lot of things already. Oh, do you know anything about cosplay? I do. I cosplay sometimes. Like, I've cosplayed as several characters. Last Halloween, I cosplayed as Klee because I am chaotic in nature. Yeah, I cosplayed as Klee because at my job, my full-time job, I my picture for my account is like Klee. And so, like, all of my pictures, like, no, most people don't know what I look like, and it's very funny. So, like, I usually associate myself with Klee, because she's a baby, and I love her, and she's precious. But, I decided to cosplay as her as a joke. It was great, though. The pictures were funny. Very, very funny. But yeah, I do cosplay on occasion. I know several things about cosplaying. I've been cosplaying almost 10 years? It's been a while. Yeah, it'll be 10 years next year, actually. Am I good at cosplaying? No. I wish I was good at cosplaying. Yeah, no, I'm bad at cosplaying. Yeah, no. I've gotten better. I'm just not, like, the best. I also refuse to wear contacts, but that's, like, you know, it's what it's. I'm going to a cosplay convention at the beginning of April. Ooh, who you gonna be cosplaying as? You're gonna go to, is it an actual cosplay convention or is it like an anime convention? Or what kind of convention is it, rather? Because, like, yo, that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, that sounds pretty neat. I haven't been to a con in like a year. I need to go back to cons. It's been a while. There's like gonna be one later this year for us. Comic-Con, sort of. Ooh, okay. Well, that's gonna be pretty neat. I've never cosplayed at like a Comic-Con kind of place, but I have done it at like several anime conventions over the years. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's always nice to get compliments from people and like take pictures with people. It's really nice. And I tend to like cosplay from random shit, so it's even funnier. I'm gonna be Dobby. Ooh, you're gonna be Dobby from My Hero? Ooh, that sounds like fun. You get to experiment with the paints. What are the body paints? I've heard lots of stories about body paints that people have used over the years. Yes. I've never had to use body paint. At least not yet. Maybe one day I will. I'll dabble in it at some point. But that sounds like fun. I hope you have a good time. But yeah, I need to go to a convention. I'm really like, I haven't been to a convention in over a year, and I'm kind of like, I'm itching to go to a convention. I know a lot of people don't like that show because of the fandom, but I just ignore the fandom. Yeah, I like, so hear me out. I like My Hero Academia for what it is. Is it a perfect series? No. Not at all. But I do like the series itself. The series is pretty good. The characters are also very interesting. I really love them. They're great. But I will say the fandom is I don't really know what to say about the fandom. Really, it's like everybody says it's a really bad fandom, and I wouldn't know because I'm not a part of it. So I have no idea. I try to stay as far away from the fandom as possible because I don't want to know, you know? It's like I've heard it's bad over the years. I just don't want to know. I keep my distance for a reason. But yeah, I love the show because it was my first anime other than Pokemon because I took a long time off from anime. Ah. Well, that's pretty neat. But yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I will say, like, it's a very interesting one. Like, it's also really a good anime to, like, be like a starter anime. The fandom is not the best for, like, a first fandom kind of situation, but it's fun. It's a good series. I have not caught up to the most recent season. I know what happens in, well, actually, let me rephrase. I'm not caught up on the recent episodes, but I'm like in the middle of season 5. I have not watched all of season 5 yet. I will eventually, though. I've been putting it off. I need to get back to that. But yeah, like, definitely, like, if you really like My Hero, let me see, do I have a suggestion for you? I was gonna say, like, Tiger and Bunny is like something that's like in the same vein, but like a very different cast of people. It's like it's a much more like broader cast of people instead of it being like only kids, mostly kids. But also like, it just depends on what you would like. I don't know. Tiger and Bunny is really good for that kind of thing. For being like superhero kind of like series. Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan are also really good. I do like those two. Have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen? Another one that's like in that same vein of like shonen anime series. Anything with action. Yeah. That it's all in that same vein. Yeah. Yeah, you haven't yet. Okay. But yeah. Understandable. But yeah, if you get a chance to, you should definitely watch like Jujutsu Kaisen. The animation is really, really good. Not to mention like the fight sequences are fucking amazing. They're so pretty. I'm very big on animation. It's so pretty. I really appreciate like really clean animation and like really good like fight scenes. Also, I have a recommendation. I do have one. If you like fighting animes, like there's a series called Dororo, which is like, I feel like it's lesser known because it's like a remake of like an older anime series that was like 50 years old. And so like they remade it a couple years ago. I think it was like 2019. But it's like the best way to describe the series is that it's about a guy who is basically trying to get all of his pieces of his body back by fighting demons. That is the best way to describe what happens in Dororo. It's a really good series. I would highly recommend it. And it's also really heartwarming and cute at times when it's not about killing demons and like like murder, you know? But really, really interesting series. It's also about a guy who's like trying to like get back all of his like emotions as well. Cause like it's a long story, but the basic gist of it is that like homeboy was born without most of his body parts because of some bullshit that happened. His father was a dumbass and did some shit, and it did not end well for his baby. And then they decided to kill the baby, but the baby didn't die. And then he became, he was raised by another man. It's a pretty interesting series. Dark as hell, but really fun, and the opening is a banger. That is what I will say about that series. I really like it. It's really nice. It's also made by Studio Mappa. If you know them, they made, the last season of Attack on Titan, as well as like Yuri on Ice, and I think Jujutsu Kaisen. Is that right? I don't remember. But they've made a lot of well-known like series, and they're very much known for like really good animation, and also like really pretty like opening and ending songs. Is good stuff. I'm big on like pretty animations. Oh, you're on season 3. They animated like I think season 4 and I guess season 4. Wait, is it season 4? Yeah, I think it's season 4 of Attack on Titan is animated by Mappa, if I'm not mistaken, which is the final season, I think. If I am not mistaken, I may be completely wrong when I'm saying this, because I haven't thought about Attack on Titan in like a hot second. I also haven't like caught up on like the anime. I think I'm on like I'm on the final season, whatever number that one is. But I haven't like watched all of the final season. I like jumped in the middle of it and then was like, I know what happened. I don't need to watch this. I read the manga. But yeah. But yeah, enjoy your animes when you can, I guess. Whenever you get your chance to do so. Enjoy them while you can. Which sounds really ominous. I don't mean that in an ominous way, but like when you get older, it gets to a point where you can't really sit down and like watch a lot of anime. So like enjoy them when you can. Yeah.
The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
Join them while you can.
Regarding the history of the
Not
Kaidahara
join
clan,
them.
I trust that you're already somewhat informed.
Enjoy. Join them while you can. You wish you could join anime. That'd be cool. Actually, no, that'd be terrifying depending on the series. God, that'd be terrifying. That'd be so bad depending on the series. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. What happened? Oh, Kaidahara clan. Yeah, I remember that. That was the Midsummer Island Adventure stuff, right?
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the almighty shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class.
It's a nice crack.
But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
So wait, y'all mean to tell me that there's some people who are descendants of like Kazuha's clan that are in Snezhnaya that we haven't even met yet? This also means that some of those blades that the Snezhnayan people and the Fatui use are like made by people who are related to Kazuha, supposedly. I don't know whether or not if clan is by blood or not in this like game. It could be. I don't know. Like Attack on Titan, bro, I would die within the first episode. Yeah, no, I would be dying in the opening song. I'd be gone within that like first second. Like that'd be it. It would not work out for me, which is sad, but like no. It's like, would I love to be in the world just to be able to say hi to Levi for like 5 minutes and then die? Yeah, sure, but no. It's not really worth it, really, I feel. It's not really worth it.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui.
What?
Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just.
I can't believe the Fatui is behind a bunch of shit.
Has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma. The almighty shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past.
That's understandable.
In the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
So we wouldn't have a bunch of fights? Question mark?
I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the almighty shogun and the shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
Oh, you know there's strings,
I
my
can
guy.
assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice.
I don't believe him.
With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
I don't think it's that easy. Also, I don't think Kazuha wants to stay here. Like, why would he stay here? Like, after all the things that happened here, his best friend got murdered. Really? Like, why would he want to stay here after all that? This country, like, basically, like, told him to get the fuck out. and then they're like, we're welcoming you back with, like, open arms. Like, yeah, perfect, right? No. Like, why would he want that? Nobody wants that.
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the almighty shogun's blessing and full support of the shogunate.
Also, like, I don't think he wants to be a bladesmith.
To life among the elements.
Yeah.
I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
Well, that's fair.
Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
Yeah, but do you want to,
my
my
hesitation
guy?
in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
What vicious rumors?
Malicious rumors? Oh,
I thought he said
we
vicious,
heard
not malicious.
so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated.
That's fair.
They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike.
I mean, we saw it, so yeah, no.
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But that doesn't make sense.
Paimon, that makes a lot of sense.
Delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
Technically, his hair
That
is
is
white,
correct. However,
but whatever.
to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
That's fair.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
Or it may blow
This
into
is
something
precisely
bigger.
why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
What's up, Kazuha?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing.
What were we coming to tell him about? Oh, right.
Why would
That
such
guy.
a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Do you have any siblings? Could it be someone you trained with under the same master? That would make more sense.
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
That sounds cool.
Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
I don't think you should call somebody that.
He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
Also, the fact that he's just targeting
In that
random
case,
people.
I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Sure.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Alright.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
Are we gonna go meet
See
Heizo?
what Ryuji has to say.
I wanna go. Are we gonna meet Heizo? Are we gonna meet Heizo for the first time technically in the game? Are we meeting Shikanoe and Heizo? That would be really cool if we actually could meet Heizo, but we may not be able to. Which is tragic to say the least. Alright. God, I feel like I haven't been here in forever. It's like, I don't... Then again, I don't come to Inazuma ever. Because I don't like being in Inazuma. Being in Inazuma sucks. Like, the dailies, awful. Nobody likes those. Wait, I want to be Zhao for this. Hello, good sir.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaedahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaedehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
I'm confused.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it.
That's fair.
Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaidehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Is this your way of giving praise? It was also not easy for me to fight him off. That's a lie.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
I was zoning
You
out.
flatter me.
Sorry.
Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You didn't want another friend to die, my
You
guy.
are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
thank you.
actually, there
Have a good
was
day.
one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack,
what the fuck
though.
was that?
Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Amenoma?
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Let's see. Let's consider this a favor for Ryuji. We'll investigate both incidents at the same time.
Sure,
Yeah.
can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Indeed.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Is that the one that's in the
Sounds
city?
good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Where did I get pine wood from? What? Is this the... Yeah. Ah, this man. Okay. What's up?
Ah, if it isn't Kaede Harakazuha, what brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden.
That makes sense.
Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Ah, I see.
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
I do not.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand.
Interesting.
There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
Oh yeah, it
That's
is the
right.
Ishin arts. I
Ishin
do remember
art
that.
strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Interesting.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are,
Okay.
without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
Also, if I'm not
You
talking, it's because I'm
overestimate.
zoning the fuck
My
out.
actions are guided by my own personal
like,
sentiments, not by any noble
'Cause I woke up
aspirations
at
on
8
behalf
this
of
morning.
my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I
Pressing
can so
buttons.
far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard
That's
that
sad.
there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
What?
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse, and neither of them came back.
Fire. Okay.
Yes. Strange, isn't it?
It sure is.
I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up.
Whoa.
He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person.
I don't know,
He is
Grandpa.
humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind.
I'm gonna assume he's
He has
possessed by the
never gotten
sword.
into a
That's what I'm
fight before.
assuming.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
We still need to get the info from the Nagato family.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
It's a little suspicious. Also, where is that at? Oh, it's like upper. I don't feel like walking that far. That'd be way too far to be walking. Oh well.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband
we look
has
like
gone
debt
missing,
collectors to
and
you,
I'm
ma'am?
still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
What does that mean?
What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint.
Oh.
He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them.
That's a bit
Our
excessive.
expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
I think he's possessed.
I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
And that's a fair, ultimatum.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
It's important to set boundaries, my guy.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Very suspicious.
I see. I understand. Ame no Mayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
They've been
At
kidnapped.
first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire.
I'm gonna assume all the
He's got no
collectibles
way
are
to pay
stolen.
off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together.
Good on
As
her.
long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
This
Please
is a good
don't
wife
get
right
upset.
there.
There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting
I was
things
about to
is
say
a habit that Mr.
Transformers.
Nagato had his hold of,
Robots
it is quite
in
unusual for this
disguise.
habit to change so
I'm so tired.
drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Ame no Mayuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so
I have
much.
hiccups again.
I just want him to come home.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Do I have options?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and...
Wrong, Paimon. Just wrong.
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
They must have had an argument during the sale. Perhaps the fire was deliberately used to hide the truth. I'm gonna assume that the fire was, like, deliberately used to hide the truth. More than likely, there's probably a third party in this that we don't know about yet.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility. Ame no Mayuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryo Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so they fled to protect their secrets.
Potentially.
But it's a far-fetched theory.
But then where are they?
I can't imagine how they would have been able to reach an agreement. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Ame no Mayuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire.
Which makes sense.
The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
This also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attacker.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Ame no Mayuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
It was always a wild goose chase, Paimon. That's the
Let's
thing.
keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Okie dokie. Where am I going to? Oh, it's just like... I didn't realize it would also be in this little area. Yo, I've been streaming for an hour already. Wow. Wow. Can't believe. I feel like I'm not even that
Wait.
far into this story quest.
I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear.
You know it, Paimon.
As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
I forgot about that. Alright. There's so many little details, like, for every single part of, like, each Archon Quest. Each Archon Quest that just really, like, I forget. And it seems I forgot about a lot of stuff. I knew we can count on you, my guy.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
The shrine?
But there's nothing here.
That's fair.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Tatarigami. Not gonna lie to you, I don't remember what the Tatarigami is. Is that something in regards to like the thing that was like in the middle of Tadasuna? I have no idea. I'm very confused. I don't know what this is.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation.
I really should have done
We
this
should
a long
remain
time
vigilant
ago.
and approach slowly.
What a fool I was.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
And it
The
caught on
force is
fire?
definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
I'm googling what the fuck
Judging
the
from the
Tatarigami is.
concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Yeah.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself.
Oh, the
Could well be that he was already
Tatarigami.
under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
So, the Tatarigami is apparently, it was a curse that plagued Yashiori Island, which formed from the will and power of the serpent god Orobashi. I think that was the island that was perpetually being rained upon, if I'm not mistaken. And also was the island that had, like, all of the electro trees on it. I think, yeah. I think that was that island. Yeah, it was the island that, like, also, like, Raiden Shogun sliced in half and has, like, the Misoin Gorge or whatever. Oh, God. I would have never have thought of that. I was thinking of a different island entirely. Wow. Wow. Cool. I had forgotten about this. Oh, my God. I'm gonna have to, like, remember mechanisms and shit that goes on in the in this specific region. Good lord. Oh my god. I'm just having a moment of like, I remember this and I don't at the same time, and that's where I'm at. Surely
From
someone
what
would
I've
have
been
noticed.
told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions.
Ah, so possession.
Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
You know it.
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
Is it that dangerous? This place just had a fire inside of it at one point.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this.
True.
Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
What you gonna hit it with, my guy?
What's down
I
there?
don't know why. I thought he was just gonna hit it with like an
Everything's
elemental
buried in
thing.
debris. I can't see anything.
Wow, shocker.
It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
How did the fire cause a cave-in? Well, I guess... Well, actually, no. That doesn't make sense. I was about to say, like... I can understand, like, the fire destroying everything inside of the cave. But, like... I feel like... Can a big fire, like, make an entire cave, like, collapse? Am I going insane? Or is that just... Does that not make sense? Like, I could understand if there was, like, a bomb. Like, if they literally blew the place up and it caused a cave-in. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, some kind of explosion? Sure. But, like, a fire? I don't know, man. It sounds weird. So, in the end, it was just a scare. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Yeah, that's fair.
That was too scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us.
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left.
She's not going
this
to address
place.
her foolishness.
Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Alright, let's go.
Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
Perhaps. There's also the chance that I will not. Sorry, I'm like reading up about the tatami kari. Because I'm just sitting here like, oh, interesting. I do see the I do see the evil bullshit now. Anyway. Sorry, I'm like reading the wiki page about this, and I'm like, I remember this, but I really don't at the same time. Yeah, it was the island that was like cursed with like the never-ending like rain. I do remember that. God, okay. Anyway, let me let me get back to this. So yeah, bad energy, bad vibes. Where the hell are we going? Follow the scent. Okay. Is this a thing I could also see with the... No, I cannot see it like that. Hi, bud. I forgot, like, some of the plants, or some of the creatures in this game don't give a fuck about you. Or at least in Inazuma, which is nice. I do like not having to, like, worry about, the boys. Also, why are we going towards Inazuma City for this? That's interesting.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
2 parts, so would that correspond to Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya?
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Alright.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls.
Look at all
They're acting
those
really strangely.
chicken. Where?
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Oh. And when you say all, you mean like 4. Alright, cool.
Gather.
Yeah, there's more.
Disappear. Here.
Probably overkill.
Worthless.
Is that it? Definitely overkill.
It's
Ugh. Look at this red stuff. What is it?
I want to see.
by the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
I am Nagato. I was wounded by Aminoma Yuya. He took my most precious blade. I chased him but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding, but it seems that some strange power has sustained me. That's interesting. Alright. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse down. Ah, it hurts. It hurts. But for some reason I can't fall unconscious. So all I can do to distract from the pain is write. What will happen to Sachiko, Yuichi, and Yuji? I'm sorry to them. I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was, and how blind to my obsession. I must have been cursed. Yeah, you probably were, my guy. I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they won me not one iota of happiness or warmth. Put all of it together, and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko. So, did he die? Is he good? Or is he just somewhere else?
According to this
Is he
letter,
okay?
a conflict arose because Aminoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
That's fair.
Whatever
That's
traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
Jeez. Sad. Let's ask the Tenryo Commission to do a thorough search later. There are more important things right now.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Aminoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Sheesh.
Right. So let's get moving.
How did it come to this? It's not in his nature.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
Makes sense.
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Alright. Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. Ah, I see the black smoke. Coming over to this little island.
seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
It's that boy.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before! What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Meyuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Meyuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Haha. The blade has possessed him.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Yes.
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's